Oh my god.
Hanju is someone I've had the privilege of calling a friend for a really long time, and his superpower is staying positive through any hardship. Every week he plays a round of golf, which is a sport with lots of challenges, high learning curve, and somehow he's able to stay happy through the whole round, and he keeps coming back every week. And so I wanted to kind of pick his brain a little bit, see how he's able to stay positive and stay happy through all the challenges. I mean, imagine if you could face any adversity, any hardship, and overcome it, and then do it again the next day and the day after that with a big old smile on your face. Well, Hanju is the guy who can do that. Hanju told me the secret sauce of how this can be done, and it was too good not to share. I am in Seattle, so there are not very much sun rays here. It's very gray outside. And Hanju's in SoCal, but we were able to, squeeze in around together. And on this particular day, I didn't know what to expect. Like, Hanju's been trying to go for his player ability test. More on that later. I was a little bit scared and just didn't know what to expect. And also, like, my primary goal for meeting up with him was to just hang out, spend time. And I didn't know if we're gonna get paired with another twosome, right? Because in golf it's groups of four. So I didn't want to like be stuck with a guy who takes forever to hit the ball, or someone who like just keeps yapping away and it's like, dude, I don't care. But that day was special because the course was empty, so it was just me and Hanju. Like, it's awesome. And then I think the other kind of funny thing that happened was, like, on my drive to the golf course, we were playing Temecula. It was just foggy. Like, visibility was very bad. And so I was like, well, how are we gonna do that? Couldn't really see where the ball landed and stuff. So I was like, oh man, it's gonna be one of those days. But as soon as I put my ball down on the first tee, the fog kind of just lifted, and it was like somebody was saying, all right, we know you're here. The course is open for you. The only other time that's happened was at my wedding. So yeah, just divine. I mean, you guys who have hung out with Hanju before know that stuff like this is not out of the ordinary. Like,
this is probably the only time I'll ever sit in a Maserati.
Yeah, he's told me about his relationship struggles and challenges, his, stories of getting laid off at work and how that changed his life, and challenges and struggles of being a dad, father, and a husband. Anyways, here is the 3-ingredient secret sauce: self-care, enjoyment, and surrender.
List of about 20 things now that I do every single day. And it takes like a few minutes. It's really cool. And I just do it. I just check it off. I'll show you, like, yeah. I'll send you a screenshot. So when I wake up, put my headphones on and I put on soul music, like worship. And then go into my office.
So why am I telling you about Hanju's habits and goals and all that? Well, I think that one of life's greatest gifts, one of the greatest sources of happiness, kind of counterintuitive, but I think it's building character. Character isn't built on sunny days. And so by building these habits, you're building capacity to be more resilient, basically. And you know how life is, right? Like, you don't have to volunteer for bad things to happen. Like, bad things are going to happen in your life. And so when that happens, when it does strike, are you going to have capacity in your tank to keep going and to overflow into others?
Start the sentence out by, I am grateful for it, and then I write a sentence or a paragraph. From there, I go into planking. And I do 3 minutes. Now I'm up to 3 minutes and 15 seconds.
Some people say self-care is selfish, but actually self-care is basically building a capacity in yourself to love yourself more. And if you love yourself more, then won't you have more capacity to love others?
The little tiny habits and the longevity of it that will change everything. One's all the time. And
Tamara Levitt.
Yeah, dude. I love her.
Yeah, she's good.
No, I think I really love her. Look, did I tell you I got a 3D printer? When I put my coffee mug in here, it tilted it this way. So I just created that, and I'll put an emblem on there. Oh, and then I printed this.
Keep your coffee warm?
Yeah.
Hanju has like all these like things that he's pursuing. A, he enjoys it. B, he has a learner's mindset, and C, he just loves people. He loves seeing other people succeed and overcome, and he loves writing. He has this like weekly email newsletter that he puts out, and I asked him like, "Hey, man, what's your writing regimen look like? Like, do you have like stuff planned out for like, 2-3 weeks ahead?" And he's like, "No, bro. Like every Tuesday, I sit my butt down, I close the door, and I write the freaking letter that goes out on Thursday." And he just does it because he likes writing. He has a podcast all about golf, Better Golf Academy. He has a freaking TikTok channel. Like, this guy just does things out of pure enjoyment. And I mentioned earlier, he's trying to do a PAT, player ability test, which is like 36 holes in one day, back to back. I'm like, dude, why do you want to do that? And he's like, I want to give back to the younger generation. It's like, all right, bro, like, good luck with that, Every time I meet with him, I know my cup is going to be filled because he's just wired to learn, to connect, and to listen without judgment. So I'm in the middle of reading this book called Passion Paradox, and I have some notes right here. Basically, passion, doing an activity for the sake of doing the activity itself. Doing the activity is the end itself. Doing all these things for enjoyment, for the sake of doing the things themselves. Then I think you're on the road to deep happiness, because everything's in your control, right? Like,
Roll, baby, roll.
Sit down.
Get in there! Yes! Yes!
secret to happiness number 3 is controlling what you can control and surrendering the rest, accepting and surrendering the rest. Like, if you can't control it, then what's the point of stressing over it, of trying to control it? You're not helping anybody. Everybody has challenges, right? But isn't it interesting how when some people are met with challenges, some people just kind of like fold. They go inward. They kind of like just get paralyzed, right? Can't get over it, like spiraling, I've been there before. But isn't it interesting also how in the face of that, some people can, go through all that and then without any vices, without any like external like compensationary defense mechanisms, like, isn't it interesting how some people can overcome, can kind of like you almost use all those negative things as fuel to like help other people, right? I happen to have a lot of brothers in my circle that are in a tough spot with relationships, as in like, not shying away or cowering from the responsibility of like reconciliation, right? It's not that they're not trying, that they haven't had the hard conversations or asked for forgiveness,
Yeah, it's not your fault. He's like, stop saying that. I know. It's not your fault. It's not. And then he's just like,
It's not my fault!
And that was so powerful to me.
Your redemption story is in how you bring up your kids, right? Let's go back to Hanju. Hanju's told me that he has moments with his kids, where it's like so gratifying to him, right? Satisfying. And they're simple things like, his kid asking him like what to buy on Amazon for, hanging something up. And then, just being super grateful and like, thanks, Dad, like, thanks, like, or this other kid asking Hanju to like go with him to get a haircut and just hang out. Like, to me, the metric of success is if people, especially your kids, are asking you to go hang out with them. Like, that's a true measure for me of happiness. Like, that's what I want to strive for. The day that I met with Hanju to play, I got there early, I was trying to like do the Asian thing, pay before we went out, treat your elders. But right when I got there, the lady at the counter was like, sorry, man, like Hanju told me to not let you pay, like, and in fact, like, she had a shirt, like a polo, like a gift basically to Hanju. I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, where's my gift, but like, that is just a testament, like a display of like how much Hanju has done for her, that she would like get him a present, you know? Through the day, Hanju asked me how I was doing. He asked me about different aspects of my life, my kids, my job, and he just listened. He was present, just asked more questions. So yeah, there you have it. The secret to happiness is basically caring deeply for others, not out of sacrifice, but out of overflow. You know, starts with self-care, where you build that capacity, and then you use that extra capacity to show up for those around you. By looking at Hanju, I think the sense of satisfaction and sense of purpose comes from giving away, being present. And that day I felt heard, I felt understood, I didn't feel judged at all, I felt accepted, I felt loved. Hanju reminds me of that quote by Maya Angelou: "People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." I love you, Hanju. Thank you for what you've done for me. Thank you for what you do to all the youngins out there, the next generation. Appreciate you. My life would not have been where it is now if you weren't in it. So I love you, bro.